Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert police arrested one man connected to 3 robberies. At around 11:30 Sunday morning, police were called to a business in the 600 block of 15th Avenue East, where the suspect who had a knife stole cash and merchandise. He was gone by the time officers arrived. Police were then called to another business across the street for another robbery. Police learned a person matching the description of the suspect in the first robbery produced a knife demanding money, but left without money or merchandise. Later that day at around 9 p.m., officers responded to the 800 block of 5th Street East for a third robbery. The suspect also threatened staff with a knife before fleeing the scene in a dark vehicle. The suspect matched the description from the 2 previous robberies. Police found the vehicle on River Street East on Monday and arrested the driver. The man accused of manslaughter in the death of a woman shot on a highway near Weyburn was back in court today. Chris Fallman is charged with 1 count of manslaughter along with 3 other charges stemming from 44-year-old Tanya Myers' death. Myers was in one of 2 vehicles hit by bullets on Highway 39 on September 12th. Fallman is scheduled for a bail hearing Thursday afternoon. The accused in a human trafficking case testified today about his arrangements with the complainant. Mohammed Massoum is on trial with co-accused Soul Haider. In 2023, the RCMP charged the men with human trafficking a Bangladeshi woman to work at restaurants in Gull Lake, Tisdale, and Elrose. Massoum also faces sexual assault charges. Earlier in the trial, the woman, who cannot be named because of a publication ban, testified she agreed to work for $1,000 a month, but often worked long hours. Today, Massoum testified he never employed her, saying Haider asked him to let her stay with him for a couple of months. He said he gave her $1,000 at Haider's request to help with immigration fees. The trial continues this week. A Saskatoon murder trial is entering its 3rd week, and today we're hearing from a key witness, a woman who was in the home at the time of the fatal shooting. Rosenfeld is on trial for 2nd-degree murder in the death of his 20-year-old girlfriend, Nakira Brown. Brown was found shot in the head inside the apartment she shared with Rosenfeld. Court heard Rosenfeld's aunt also lived in the home. Earlier that evening, the aunt testified she could hear the couple yelling at each other and swearing. She said she was in the bedroom with her cats when she heard a loud gunshot, followed by her nephew screaming. The Crown closed its case today as a month-long trial for a man accused of 2nd-degree murder in connection with a homicide from 2006 nears its end. 19-year-old Misha Pavlik was fatally stabbed at a high school graduation party on May 21, 2006 near Last Mountain Lake. After the Crown wrapped its case against the accused, who cannot be named as they were under 18 at the time of Pavlik's death, the defense opted not to call any witnesses of its own. Once closing arguments are heard, the jury is expected to be charged later this week to begin deliberating on a verdict. A Saskatoon man is thankful to be alive and wants changes to a highway intersection after a traffic collision on Thanksgiving weekend. Laurentiu Givelishin was headed south on Highway 11 near the Grasswoods Esso when he was hit by an SUV traveling east. First responders told him his vehicle rolled and wound up on its roof. He didn't remember the impact. He says safety improvements like an overpass are needed, so he started a petition.
I will do everything possible in my power to change the safety regulation on this intersection, whatever it takes, and I'm going to ask the public to help me in this endeavor, because it's not only for today, for us, it's also for tomorrow for our children.
Givelishin works as a pediatric intensive care doctor. He treats children who have been involved in crashes and wants to use his voice to advocate for improvements to the intersection. The smell of hydrogen sulfide, also known as H2S, from the city's Marquis Waste Facility was brought up at Saskatoon City Council today. The city's director of water says the moisture required in the process of removing H2S is taking a toll on the facility's equipment. To mitigate the issue, the city is only running the facility at night and monitoring the H2S sensors closely as they explore long-term solutions. While the gas can be harmful in large amounts, the city says they're closely monitoring the levels to ensure resident safety.
They need to be wetted. They need to be wet to work effectively. That water, when it reacts and the bugs remove the hydrogen sulfide, creates a sulfuric acid. And what's happening is it's corroding the equipment, I think, more than perhaps the design firm anticipated, and that's causing mechanical problems for us.
The estimated $1.4 million to fix this issue will be proposed in the city budget, which is set to be announced on Thursday. All right, Jeff, not Monday weather, but Tuesday weather. What do we got the rest of this week?
The rest of this week, we get into a little bit of an unsettled situation. We talked about this yesterday, John. We do anticipate a low-pressure area developing on the eastern side of the Rockies, making its way through Alberta, probably Wednesday evening in Alberta, coming through Saskatchewan on Thursday. And with that, we're looking at rain or snow or rain-snow mix. It looks like the Yellowhead Highway would be sort of the dividing line between rain and rain-snow. So we'll talk about all that messy situation later on.
The province of Saskatchewan is creating a memorial emblem to honor public safety workers who die in the line of duty. The Saskatchewan Memorial Emblem will be made up of a medallion, a scroll, and a miniature pin to be worn by a family member or designated recipient of the fallen. A design for the emblem will be revealed at a later date along with criteria. The government says the award will complement a planned memorial on the legislative grounds.
And this is something that we can now pass on to the family. It will be tangible. It will be a point of remembrance across Canada.
The NDP says it will support the government initiative. It was a special night for 8 recipients as Premier Scott Moe honored them with the 2025 Premier's Awards for Excellence in the Public Service. This year's winners included 2 emerging leaders, 2 individual honorees, and 4 team award recipients from across the public service. The annual ceremony recognizes government employees who've made outstanding contributions to the people of Saskatchewan while exemplifying the province's core values. Recipients receive a certificate, a lapel pin featuring the Saskatchewan coat of arms, and a pewter trophy presented by the Premier. The preservation of Indigenous languages is being discussed at the 2025 Language Keepers Gathering. The event at Prairie Land Park in Saskatoon is put on each year by the Saskatchewan Indigenous Cultural Centre. It unites elders, knowledge keepers, educators, and learners to participate in keynote speeches, workshops, and network with other leaders to help revitalize language. The 2-day event kicked off this morning with a keynote from President Darlene Brander. When we come back, a new type of drink. Jasmine Pelche finds out about the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Prince Albert Mocktail Challenge.
So, Natasha, Big Brothers Big Sisters Prince Albert is starting the Mocktail Challenge this year. Could you explain what that is? Saying maybe I don't know anything about the event. How would you explain it to someone who's just finding out?
Well, you know, this is a brand new event. It's coming to the Golf and Curling Club on the 15th of November. And this is a zero-proof, alcohol-free event for all ages. Mocktails, you know, are becoming very popular these days. And we have 6 challengers. Each of them have a special mocktail that they'll be serving up that night, and they are fundraising also for our cause at this time. So you know what? It's a alcohol-free event, open for all ages, a great time.
Where did you find the challengers to participate in this event?
We have some great people participating in this event. We have Robin Polisik, we have Everett Bodha, we have Dr. Visham Suku, we have Brooke Wozniak, our mayor, Bill Pawlinski, and Ty Moe from Riverside Dodge. They all have a special mocktail, and they're all super excited to be part of this new event.
How does the competition aspect here work? What exactly is, you know, the prize or the end goal?
Well, you know, there are 3 prizes that our challengers could win. The first one is the best tasting mocktail. We will have some judges there to determine which mocktail is the best drink of the night. We also have a prize for the bartender that sells the most mocktails during the live event at the Golf and Curling Club. And the Mocktail Challenge champion is going to be the bartender that raises the most funds through Canada Helps and at the live event. Each of them is raising $3,000 to $5,000. So, you know, we're helping them out, and we hope that everyone just has a great time.
What is your total fundraising goal for this event?
We hope to raise $20,000 from this event.
How many people are you hoping show up? I think there's quite a bit of space, right?
Yeah, we're downstairs at the Golf and Curling Club in the Thompson Room. Lots of space down there. 100, maybe more, 200, we could fill it if we want to. We are just hoping people come on out, try these mocktails, and, you know, just have a good time.
If someone wants to find out more information about it, how can they do that?
Well, they could go to our website to princealbert.bigbrothersbigsisters.ca, and there you could learn about the event. You could even make a donation to one of the tip jars.
How did these specific mocktails that are going to get made, how did they get selected? Did the challengers pick their own, or?
Well, you know, our partner, Sasha from the Community Alcohol Steering Committee, she actually did a whole bunch of learning on mixology and mocktails, took a course, and then we all learned from there. So the bartenders were able to select a drink recipe, modify it to their liking, and personalize it and name it.
Is there anything you would say to encourage people to come check it out?
Yes, I would say come on down for the evening. Doors open at 5 p.m. There's going to be an awesome burger buffet there, only $20 a person, and great music with Maxwell Music. Just come on out and enjoy an alcohol-free evening with us.
Well, thank you, Natasha, for meeting with me, and I hope your event goes super well.
Thank you so much.
Jeff has an in-depth look at weather forecast coming up, and later, robotic technology advancing Saskatchewan healthcare. So, Jeff, is it almost time to be pulling the toque and the mitts out of storage, and the winter coat's fully on? I got that out already.
Look, you know, I get cold. I get easily chilled, so I don't think it's a bad idea. But right now, I would think, yes, you're going to definitely need some sort of glovage and toquage as we head into the weekend. But then you can shed them for a couple of days next week, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Keeping our eye, we talked about this yesterday, about the moisture basically staying south of the border. We have a series of lows that's going to be impacting the West Coast, quite possibly a Pineapple Express hammering up to the Pacific Northwest, Northern California, Oregon, and Washington State. And some moisture is going to be making its way into British Columbia. So, as I say, a series of lows, atmospheric rivers, and we get that same situation that we had last week where some of that warmer air will spill over. But this time, instead of that warm air just being, oh, la-di-da, a low-pressure area is going to develop in Alberta and start making its way Wednesday through Alberta into Saskatchewan on Thursday. So we do anticipate some rain, snow mix. Some places will get both. Some places will get one or the other. We'll talk about that in a second. So not particularly windy in the overnight. And then things, they really don't really get all that windy tomorrow. Different situation for Alberta. You can see these pressure lines getting closer together in Alberta, so a bit more in the way of wind in Alberta, but then parts of Saskatchewan, it might pick up late in the afternoon. -7 is the lucky number 7. -7 degrees overnight in Spiritwood. Battleford's -7, -7 in Candle Lake and Birch Hills under clear skies, and we're basically dealing with clear skies or clearing skies. -7 for Rostern, -6 for Nipawin, and -6 for Melfort. But tomorrow, look at this. Temperatures once again above seasonal. Typically, this region around Prince Albert should be at 1 or 0 degrees, and so these temperatures are a little bit above seasonal. 4 degrees for Spiritwood with mainly cloudy skies. It's mainly cloudy in the Battleford, 6. Mainly cloudy in Rostern at 4. A bit more sunshine in Birch Hills, but the temperature does not jump up. 4 degrees for Birch Hills, 3 under mainly sunny skies in Candle Lake. Ditto that for Nipawin and for Melfort. So a relatively pleasant Wednesday in store. On to Prince Albert and area, -7 degrees with mainly clear skies. The winds a bit strong in the late in the evening, and then backing off as we make our way into the overnight. And then tomorrow, northwesterly winds at 15, so, you know, light to moderate wind there out of the northwest. And northwesterly winds tend to be a bit cooler, but we're still on the plus side of the thermometer. As I mentioned, typical daytime high for Prince Albert should be around 1 degree, so not bad in that respect. Mainly sunny skies, as I mentioned. And then as we take a look at Thursday, that's the day when that system starts rolling through Saskatchewan, an Alberta clipper. -1 degree, expecting some snow. We're not sure of the accumulation yet, but we're certainly going to be seeing some. And whatever does fall, it looks like it'll be sticking around at least until Sunday, and then maybe even Monday it all melts away, because as you can see, Monday 6 degrees on the plus side, so about 6 degrees above seasonal by that point. And on Remembrance Day, mainly cloudy skies and 4. So that's how things are shaping up for Prince Albert and area. And yes, we do have a cold stretch in store, and just a reminder that, yeah, it's November.
And yeah, you probably want to pull those toucan mitts out a day earlier before the snow, because you want to probably give them a wash. Have you ever had to wash your toucan mitts and see what comes out on the other end? It probably looks like it's made for a child.
Wash them? Wait a second, is that a thing?
There we go. See, I've taught a new person. There you go. What you need, Jeff, you need practice. And talking about practice is what we're doing now. The Saskatchewan Roughriders are getting ready for the BC Lions, but when the team takes the field at Mosaic for the West Final, they may still be without one of their 1,000-yard receivers. Keyshawn Johnson was not at Riders practice today. Some good news is Dante Myers was taking full first-team reps again for the first time since Week 18. He missed the final 3 weeks of the season with an ankle injury.
We got some weapons back. You know, you guys, you've seen Shafe, you've seen Sam. You guys got to know me and Keyshawn this year, you know, so it's gonna be real exciting. It's gonna be a nice show for Mosaic. It's gonna be a nice show for Riderville.
We've seen it all year, man. There's in that entire room, there's a ton. You know, Dante's definitely made a bunch of plays. You know, for Trev, whatever guys we throw out there, you know, he's gonna make it work.
Johnson has not been ruled out for Saturday at this point. The coach is saying he continues to trend in the right direction to return this year.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Saskatchewan is now home to a new piece of technology that will help perform surgeries. The Regina Pasqua Hospital is now home to the province's 3rd robot-assisted surgical system, which aims to provide less invasive procedures and faster recovery times. Since its launch in September, the Da Vinci RAS system has been used to perform almost 20 surgeries, including hysterectomies and hernia surgery.
It's definitely the next major leap in advancement in surgery. It gives us the capability to do much more precise surgery, makes more challenging surgery a lot easier, and the arms are wristed. You got full control of all 4 instruments, and all of these things kind of combine to lead to kind of these better patient outcomes that it's been discussed over and over, you know, decreased post-op complications, decreased pain, shorter hospital stays. So.
Prostate surgeries are expected to be the most beneficial from the new robotic system. Alberta's government is facing backlash over a program requiring people to pay for a COVID-19 vaccination. It comes as supply chain issues are creating a vaccine shortage. CTV's Kathy Lee has the details.
This box and one other are all that's left of the Pfizer COVID vaccine in this Edmonton pharmacy.
On average, it's always 4 to 5 people every day asking for the vaccine.
With demand outstripping supply,
we have to turn them away.
A shortage of the shot also happening at various locations, including this one in Calgary.
We have no transparency right now into the supply chain, so we have no idea when more vaccine will be coming or how much we'll get.
As part of the province's new COVID-19 immunization program, most Albertans have to pay at least $100 for the shot, except for those deemed high risk, including healthcare workers. Pharmacies get their vaccines from Pfizer Canada. The company says due to increased demand, it has implemented temporary allocation measures to help manage supply and ensure equitable distribution across pharmacies and wholesalers, and that additional inventory is expected soon. Some haven't had issues getting the vaccine.
Pharmacists had said to me, I have a limited number of COVID shots. Would you like to get one? I'll put your name on the list. I feel lucky, that I was able to get it.
Others faced some challenges.
We were told that we would have to wait to be put on the wait list.
Albertans can also go to public health clinics run by the government to pay for their shot, but some say the wait is long, and others, like this man, say the process is frustrating.
We've had to go back and forth through ill-defined processes and dealing with staff at the public health care clinics that don't know what's going on.
The government-run immunization program primarily administers the Moderna vaccine, and the province confirms there is no shortage and that it doesn't play a role in private procurement or distribution. Kathy Lee, CTV News, Calgary.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, time to get your hair cut because one of Saskatchewan's favorite bands is going on a Canadian tour with 3 stops in this province.
Try to hide behind the smiling face, a pain you never can erase.
See what I did there, Jeff? You don't have to get your hair cut if you're going to that concert.
No, heck no.
The Sheepdogs will be playing Saskatoon, Yorkton, and Regina next April. In Saskatoon, they'll play the Coors Event Center April 18th, Yorkton the following night, and then in Regina on April 25th. Tickets for all 3 of those shows is going to go on sale on Friday. Jeff, have you ever seen the Sheepdogs perform?
Oh gosh, yes, exactly. Yeah, no, they're a lot of fun. They really are, and they always put on a good show.
Yeah, Feeling Good's probably one of my favorites. I actually did back in radio school. They were one of my projects. Was doing a deep dive on the Sheepdogs.
Right on.
Big fan. And they got a couple of songs on EA Sports, I think, or the NHL soundtracks.
So there you go. Good to know
for the gamers.